Hello everyone, this video is for grade 11, day 25, chapter 3, and the topic is principle of mathematical induction, right? So in this video we are going to solve few different type of questions which are based on PMI. So let's look at the first question, that is using principle of PMI prove that this equals to this. Now you can remember this formula because later on if you'll study APGP, then in that particular topic you will get this formula. So if you wish you can also remember this formula, and this is going to help you throughout, like in competitions also. A question based on this particular formula comes normally, and this is a very important topic as well. So this is from APGP and this is the formula. Now see how we are going to prove. As we know that the three basic steps, whatever this given expression is, I take it as the principal statement. So let the given statement be Pn, that is my principal statement, such that this is equals to this. Now I have to test for 1. So for n equals to 1, n equals to 1 means only the first term from the LHS, so LHS equals to A. For RHS, at place of n I am going to put 1. So if you cancel out, you will get A. Therefore I can see that LHS is equal to RHS, so I can say that P1 is true, right? Now let us assume that PK is also true. So if PK is true, then we can say that at place of n I can write k minus 1, and at place of n I am going to replace it by k, isn't it? So now this is my first. Now I'm going to use this equation to prove that pk plus 1 is also true. So for pk plus 1, first of all I'll write it as it is. See I have written now r n minus 1. So at place of n I'm going to put k plus 1 minus 1, isn't it? So k plus 1 minus 1 will cancel out, and I'm going to get only k. So this is my r to the power k. Now at place of this, can I write this? So the same thing I did over here. At place of this I have written this and this. Now I need to solve. Now I took r minus 1 as the LCM and I got this. You know what the difficult part is in PMI, as it is a very easy topic, but what the difficult part is, till here everybody can solve. Now after this, to prove k plus 1 is true in order to get the RHS, that is the difficult part. Now what is the solution of that? As much question you will practice, you'll get to know where you have to take LCM, where you have to take common. So it depends on practice, right? So I suggest you to solve maximum question from this particular topic, because this is a very scoring chapter, and as you know that all the steps are very common in all the question, right? So practice as many questions you can. Try to cover each kind of question, because this is a very scoring chapter. So now as you can see that here, if you'll remove the bracket, you'll get r to the power k minus a plus r to the power k plus 1, because this r the power will add up, because in exponent it is in the product form, then definitely the power will add up. So it will be r to the power k plus 1, and then we have minus ark. So this will cancel out, and now we have this, right? Now we have this. So now that shows that, because it should be in the form of r to the power n minus 1 by r minus 1. So at place of n I have k plus 1, because I am proving for k plus 1, isn't it? So I need n, and it is on the same format. Therefore pk plus 1 is true. So I can say that pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true, because I have used pk to prove pk plus 1 is true. And also I can say that p1 is true and pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true. Hence by PMI I can say that pn is true for all the numbers belongs to n, for all values of n belongs to natural number. This is how we prove. Let's see the second question, in which a and b be the arbitrary real number, random real numbers. Using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that ab whole to the power n equals to a to the power n into b to the power n for all n belongs to natural number. I have to prove this, right? Now whatever the given expression is, I need to consider it as a principal statement. So Pn such that ab whole to the power n equals to an into bn. This is what I have considered. Now again I'm going to check for n equals to 1. So for n equals to 1, I'm going to put, at place of n I'm going to put 1, isn't it? So ab whole to the power 1 is going to be ab, because anything to the power 1 is the same number. So this is what I have written. Again, a to the power 1, b to the power 1 is ab. Now from here I can say that LHS equals to RHS. Therefore the given statement is true for n equals to 1. That is P1 is true, right? Now let us assume that Pk is also true. So at place of n, I'm just going to put k. So this is my equation number 1. Now I am going to use this equation in order to prove Pk plus 1 is also true. So for Pk plus 1, as you can see, this is my LHS part. Now I can write this as abk into ab1. This is the exponent, laws of exponent I am using over here. So a to the power k. Now again, this whole part can be splitted as using laws of exponent, a to the power k into b to the power k into ab, isn't it? Now I can multiply this with this. So exactly what I did over here is, and now bk is multiplied with b. So I have paired up. Now this, we know that whenever it is in the product form, I can write it in the form of, I can add the power using laws of exponent. So I did the same. So now you can see that Pk plus 1 is also true because it is on the form of a b whole ka power n equals to a ka power n b ka power n, and where n is equal to k plus 1. So this is what I have to prove, isn't it? So this is exactly on the same format. So I can say that Pk plus 1 is true whenever Pk is true. Thus P1 is true and Pk plus 1 is true whenever Pk is true, and hence by PMI I can say that Pn is true for all natural numbers, right? So this statement, we know that this is common in all equations. Now look at the third question. Using PMI, prove that x to the power n minus y to the power n is divisible by x minus y for all n belongs to n. Now x to the power n minus y to the power n is divisible by x minus 1. For again y n equals to 1, at place of n I am going to put 1. So it will be x minus y. Definitely x minus y is divisible by x minus y by 1 times. So we can say that the statement is true. Now this is another kind of question, right? So I would like to pay you to pay attention in this type of question. Now Pk, let us assume that Pk is true. Therefore I can say that Pk, x to the power k minus y to the power k is divisible by x minus 1. This is my assumption. Now I have to prove that Pn equals to k plus 1, that is Pk plus 1 is also true. So I'm going to use this statement in order to prove this. So Pk plus 1 means x to the power n y to the power n, which is x to the power k plus 1 into y to the power k plus 1. Again k plus 1, what I'm doing here is I'm adding x to the power ky and I'm subtracting the same. Since why I'm doing that, that's why I was saying that this is the difficult part to prove that Pk plus 1 is equals to RHS. Till here everybody can do that. So you need to practice. Sometimes we need to add, sometimes we need to take LCM, sometimes we need to take common, sometimes we need to subtract, isn't it? So here I'm adding and subtracting the same term such that it doesn't going to affect this given expression, right? Now here what I can do is I can take x to the power, this x to the power k plus 1 can be written as x to the power k into x, right? Using laws of exponent. This is written as it is, this is written as it is, and this k y to the power k plus 1 can be written as y to the power k into y, isn't it? Now if I pair up these two, I can take x to the power k common, x minus y. Again here I can take y common, so I am getting x to the power k minus y to the power k. Now why I did that, why I am adding this and subtracting this, because here I have to use this one. So x to the power k minus y to the power k, it is divisible by x minus 1 from equation number 1, and definitely x minus 1 is divisible by x minus 1. That means the entire this equation is divisible by x minus 1, which means that Pk plus 1 is true whenever Pk is true. Why? Because we are using this Pk statement, right? Thus P1 and Pk plus 1 are true whenever Pk is true. Hence by PMI we can say that Pn is true for all n belongs to natural number. So this is how we prove. And the last question for today's video, that is using PMI, prove that 2 into 7 ka power n plus 3 into 5 ka power n minus 5 is divisible by 24 for all n belongs to n. Now this is my question. I consider it as Pn, that is a principal statement. Now I'm going to test for n equals to 1. For n equals to 1, I'm going to take the first value, which is this is for n equals to 1. I am for n equals to 1 I am going to put the value of n equals to 1 over here, right? Because this is the question is divisible by 24. That's why for n equals to 1 I'm going to put n equals to 1 over here, and let's see what I'm getting. I'm getting 24. So definitely 24 is divisible by 24. 24 ones are 24, right? So it is divisible. Therefore I can say that P1 is true. Now let us assume that pk is true. Then in that case, at place of n I'm going to put k over here. Now this is divisible by 24. This is my equation number 1. Now I'm going to mark this equation since it is divisible, I can write it as 24m. This equals to 24m for any m which belongs to natural number, right? So in that format I can write why, because this is divisible by 24 times. So some number of times it must be divisible. 24 into sometimes equals to this much. So for that sometimes I have written m that belongs to natural number. Now I'm going to use this statement to prove k plus 1 is also true. So for k plus 1 at place of n I'm going to write k plus 1. Now if you'll see over here, I have to I have to prove that it is divisible by 24. So in any case I have to take 24 common or any factors like that. So this 7 to the power k plus 1 can be written as 7 to the power k into 7, and this 5 to the power k plus 1 can be written as 5 to the power k into 5 minus 5. Everything is written as it is. Now over here, this 3 into 5 to the power k into 5 written as it is. Now this minus 5, we know that here we have 7. If we'll try to take common out 7, then it should be 7 5s are 35. That's why what I'm doing over here is I am subtracting 30, I am adding 30, and also over here 5 3s are 15. 15 into 5 ka power k. So 7 multiple, to get multiple of 7 I have to add 6 5 to the power k over here, and I'm going to subtract the same. So if you will add this 6 5 ka power k and to this, you will get over here 21 5 ka power k. So what I'm doing is I'm adding this and this, and I am going to add this minus 5 and 30, and rest is as it is, right? So now I am going to get this much. Now from these two terms, from these three terms, I can take 7 common out. So I'm going to get this. Now why I did this, why I have added 6 into 5 ka power k and subtracted the same, and why I have added 30 and subtracted the same, such that by taking some number common I must get this. Why to get this? Because as you can see that pk value is this, so I have to use this value to prove this. So see, I'm getting this, and at over here I'm getting 6 into, if you'll take common 6 from here, you will get 5 ka power k minus 5, minus I took common, right? So now over here at place of 2 into 7 ka power k into this, I can write 24m, isn't it? So I have written 24m. At place of this I have written 24m minus 6. Now 5 ka power k minus 5. 5 ka power k minus 5 can be written as 5 ka power k minus 5 minus 1, because 5 I took common, so it will be like this, minus 1. Now this is divisible by 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. This we know that this is divisible by 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. Therefore this is, at place of this I can write 4p. So at place of this I can write 4p. Why? Because this is divisible by 4. That means 4 times of some number is equals to this. So I can write 4p, where p is also a natural number. Now 24 into 7m over here, and 6 4s are 24p. What you can take common out? 24 you can take common out, and inside it you have this. Let us consider this with as r. Now we have this. Can I say that this is 24? Therefore I can say that the given statement, this is exactly divisible by 24, isn't it? Because we have 24r, this equals to 24r. So pk is true whenever pk is true, I can say. Thus p1 is true and pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true. Therefore using PMI, it is true for all value of n. See, based on today's class, I have given few assignment question. The link you can find it in the description part of the video. I request you to please like the video, subscribe and share it. Write your queries in the comment box. You can download the link of the assignment notes from the description part of the video. And also as I said that you must be finding difficulty in understanding this step. You might be facing a problem that how we are going to figure it out, what to add, what not to add, what to divide, what not to divide. As I said that you need to practice. See, there are very limited questions from this particular topic, so one by one what I tried over here is that I am just increasing the difficulty level one by one, right? So you can consider this as the most difficult question of this particular topic, one of the most difficult question. I request you to solve this kind of question as much you can, so that you can have a command on this particular topic and you can solve, because as I said that the kind of question are very limited from this particular chapter. So you can, this is a scoring one and you can solve it. Only this is the difficult part, right? So you need to solve, you need to resolve, you need to figure it out what you should do to get this. Always remember, we use pk to prove pk plus 1 is true. So if you'll keep that thing in mind, it becomes easy for you to solve. Thank you everyone, take care, and you can find the link of the note in the description part of the video, and subscribe the channel please.